I was just sitting here reminiscing about my life, and I started to get emotional. And the reason why I started to get emotional because when I think about my life, everything that I've ever wanted, I never really gotten. But everything that I needed, I always had. And I notice now being here, December the 22nd of 2024, I realized the only person that has never forsaken me is my true higher self. Because no matter what I've done in my life, what I said in my life, what I went through in my life, my higher self has never let me down. My higher self was there when I ignored it. My higher self was there when I said I didn't need it. My higher self was there when I didn't even give it any acknowledgement. And my higher self has never forsaken me. And all my life, I've lived the kind of life where I wanted it to be a certain way. I wanted to have the husband and the career. I just wanted to have the great old American dream. And everything that I ever wanted, I was so far away from getting it. Like the career, the music career that I wanted, I'm now realizing that is not meant for me, because in order for me to be in the industry, I got to give up me. So I can't do that. And I always wanted to fall in love and have a husband. And all the guys that I ever met, it was at the wrong time. They wasn't for me. And it's like now that the world is transitioning, I see myself for who I really am. And I see the world for what it really is. And when I think back and I look back, because I am one of those people that actually do look back. When I look back, I'm very grateful that I didn't get that music career that I long so hard dreamed and wished for. I'm glad I didn't become a singer. I'm glad that I wasn't in the industry. Looking at all the relationships that I've been in, I'm glad I didn't marry them. I'm glad that I didn't lose myself with these men, because none of the men that I had in my life was good for me. They was good for certain ways and certain things, but they were not good. Even the man that I gave my heart to, even the man that I felt deeply in love with, he wasn't even the man for me. He proved to me in so many ways that he was just not it. And I'm just thankful that I didn't lose myself for the things that I wanted. When now that we are coming into year 2025, I am now going to set myself up, and I am going to focus on the things that is for me, because I realize that everything that I've had in my life right now, none of these things is really for me. And it's not because I can't find it. It's not because I'm sitting in a house. It's not because I'm not looking for it. It's because now that I know who I am, I know who Ajita is. And who Ajita is far more beyond what was ever shown to me, what was introduced to me. I am more than just a singer. I am more than just a wife, you know. And if I ever do get the opportunity to become a recording artist, I know what kind of music that I want to sing. I know what type of people I want to touch. I know my mission on what I want to do if I ever become a recording artist. And if I do get a man, I know what kind of man I need. I know what kind of man I want. And all the men that I had in my life, they wasn't the man that I needed nor wanted, because I didn't even know what I wanted. I didn't even know what I need. But now that I know who I am, I now know exactly what kind of man that I need and want. And I realize now why all of my relationships failed. And I'm grateful that my relationships failed. Because if I would have married these men, or I would have fell deeply in love with these men. I probably would have lost myself because I didn't even know at the time what I really needed and wanted. And I would have been a person that is not me. I would have lost myself. And I'm very grateful for all of my relationships that I have ever been in, because each relationship that I was in, it taught me to be extra stronger. It actually made me put on my strength, because I noticed a lot of the relationship that I was in, if I allowed these men to continue to be the way they were to me, I would allow that. And even though my self-esteem is not where it is, and even though I'm not where I want to be 100% yet, I do know I'm not going to allow anything and anybody to treat me any kind of way. That's something that I've never allowed anybody to do. No matter how much I am deeply in love with you, no matter how bad I want something, I'm not going to allow a person to say or do whatever they want to say or do to me. And if I would have allowed this industry to use me all because I want to be a singer, they would have taken me and eaten me up alive, and probably would have gotten me to do whatever they need me to do, all because I want it so bad. So I am very grateful for my life. I'm very grateful of the people, places, and things that I've came across, because it made me to be a stronger woman. It now lets me know on what I really do need and what I really do want. And now that I know what I really do need and what I really do want, that's the only thing that I am focused on right now. And even though sometimes when I think about me becoming a singer, and I think about the man that I was in love with, I think about these things and it still hurts. It hurts my feelings, you know, because I'm 42 years old. This is not something that I just wanted within the last 10 years. I've been wanting to become a singer since I was a little girl. I've been wanting to fall in love since I was a little girl. So sometimes when I think about that, I still feel sad. But at the same time, I now know that I am going to be exactly who I need to be. Not what I want to be, but who I need to be. So I might not need to be that wife. I might not need to be that recording artist, because what my source and what my creator has in stores for me is far beyond a wife. It's far beyond a recording artist. And all of the choices that I ever made in my life, some of them I regret, some of them I don't. Some of them I wish I never did. Some of them I'm glad I did. But I am grateful for my life. I'm grateful for the lessons that it's taught me. Some of my lessons has broken me to where though I had to go from the beginning all the way back to, from square one. But I noticed living in this life, I had to have a lot of strength. Living in this life, I had to have a voice. I had to have a lot of strength, and I had to stand up for myself. And I'm thankful that my creator and my source stuck by me, because it was times that I needed my creator and I needed my source. And my creator and my source was there for me when I was weak, and I didn't even know that my source was right there taking the slack of the things that I could not take. So with that being said, me going into my 2025, I am going into this 2025 knowing who Ajita is. And I'm not settling for nothing less. Nothing. And the fact that I know who I am and I am not going to settle, I am fully aware that I am going to go through a lot of tests, that I'm going to have to make choices, tough choices and tough decisions. But the fact that I know who I am, I know exactly who I am and what I need and what I want, it's going to be very easy to make these decisions, even though I may lose. I may lose greatly, but I know this loss that I am about to go through, believe me, what I am about to gain is eternal, everlasting life. And everything that I choose and seeking and running and gaining towards that, I'm going to have happiness that I have never could even fathom. Because the happiness that I have here is only temporarily. But the happiness and the faithfulness that I know that I am about to get is going to be for the rest of my eternal life. And there's nothing like being in a world and being in a body, in a position where you know that you are going to feel that way for the rest of your life. It's a beautiful thing.